Okay, good evening, everyone. On behalf of Starlab, my name is Frank Batin, and I am excited to share our IoT mission idea, one that we believe can make real difference in disaster resilience. Our project Marites, or multipurpose APRS in nanosatellite for risk reduction in times of emergency situation, is designed to provide reliable real-time communication for disaster response. When disaster strikes, access to critical information can save lives. So with this in Project Marites, we are working to turn that idea into reality. Before diving into our project, let me introduce where this idea was developed. The Space Technology and Application Research Laboratory, or StarLab, serve as our research hub for space engineering and technology. Our mission goes beyond exploring space and satellite technology. We emphasize skill development, research collaboration, and fostering innovation. So, by adding space based technologies, we strive to create practical solutions that benefits communities and enhance disaster response efforts. So this is the Star Labs facility. And for the capabilities of Star Labs, it creates structured research programs, give mentorships and assistance, also provide capacity building, and make service available to students, faculties, researchers, incubatees, and partners of Adamson universities, as well as initiate industry government or government-funded research. The facility and equipment of the Star Lab is more than is more Star Lab is more than just a research facility. It is a growing center for space engineering and for IoT development. Our key assets are as follows: the ground receiving station, satellite tracking and control software, GIS software, training kits, telescopes, and some services like 3D printing and so on. With Starlab facilities and capabilities, we saw an opportunity to develop a solution that could bridge communication gaps during emergencies. So this is where the Project Marites was born. By combining innovative research with practical applications, Marites aims to enhance early warning system and improve coordination in disaster-prone areas. So with this, we need to we there's a need to develop Marites because in the Philippines it is highly susceptible to natural calamities. When disaster strikes, it disrupts lives and as well as infrastructure, and communication often fails. When cell towers go down, people left in the dark and internet access becomes unreliable, especially at this generation. We are very dependent to internet connectivity. So the question is, how do we ensure that vital information still reaches those who need it most? So this is the challenge that Project Marites seeks to address by leveraging APRS technology and nanosatellites. We can create a resilient and real-time communication system for disaster monitoring and response. So let's talk about the section one, which is the mission overview. For the user to be able to receive alerts, we utilize two types of communication operation, which is first is the store and forward, that the payload collects sensor data from ground sensor terminals during satellite passes and relay it to receiving stations. Second is by digipeater mode, which enables real-time data delay within the satellite footprint. So in this mode, ham radio operator or ground sensor terminal transmit an APRS packet to the satellite, which instantly retransmit it to allowing other station within the range or to receive the message. So this extends the communication reach. So next is what kind of sensor data should be sent to the satellite. So first is water level for flood detection and prediction. Next is rainfall intensity to assess potential flood, soil moisture for landslide and flood risk assessment. Next is barometric pressure for detecting weather pattern changes, and as well as GPS data to track sensor location and flood prone areas. These data sources contribute to better understanding on the disaster and preparedness and more efficient emergency response, more efficiency emergency response planning. So the sensors for these are water level sensor. We're going to use an ultrasonic for this one and rain gauge, as well as soil moisture sensor and barometric pressure sensor, then GPS module. Next, who will use this data? So our target users, or these who will benefits from Marites, are the first responders, disaster agencies, and local government. This data to They will use this data to make informed informed decision, or a community receiving automated alerts based on real-time water levels. So with Marites, we can transform raw sensor data into actionable intelligence for disaster mitigation. Our objectives, beyond just sending data, our goal is to save lives. Project Marites is built with clear objective in mind. It is to improve disaster preparedness by providing real-time flood and rainfall monitoring, enhance flood risk assessment by developing sensor in high-risk areas, as well as support evacuation planning by providing real-time flood depth and flow data, and then optimizing disaster response and recovery through accurate flood mapping. These goals drives our efforts to create a resilient, efficient, and life-saving communication network for disaster management. The contributions to the society, Marites is not just a technological innovation. It is a community-focused solution for disaster risk reduction. Its contribution includes reduced loss of lives and property by improving early warning system, empowers communities with real-time flood alerts for faster evacuation, and also improve disaster preparedness for local government and agencies, as well as these to support national flood resilience policies through scientific data analysis. So with Marites, we aim to ensure that communities have reliable, real-time information when they need it most. For the system requirements,
Sorry, Frank, I'd like to ask you to wrap up in the next minute if possible. Thank you.
okay. Uh, for data frequency, we choose to transmit every 30 minutes to 2 hours, and this is a risk level base and immediate if water rises. Then for the size per transmission is 50 to 255 bytes. For the allowed delay, we choose a 10 minutes to 2 hours for routine and immediate for critical alerts, up to 8 hours in worst case scenario. So for 100 kilometer squared, we prefer to deploy 10 to 20 sensors for general monitoring and 50 plus if it is a critical area. So the priority area are the riverbanks, major waterways, low-lying urban areas, drainage system and reservoir, landslide-prone regions. And for the project progress, we already developed a breadboard model, which we were able to integrate or implement APRS communication or APRS implementation using microcontroller RP2040 as ESP and ESP32 using BIM1H transceiver DRA818V and SA818V, as well as software TNC for APRS implementation. So for the way forward,
I'm really sorry, Frank, but I'd like to ask you to finish the presentation.
okay. So this is the last slide. So thank you very much for listening.